Warning.
Mile Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, your host, Mr. Detroit on the Detroit Stand Up Podcast. How you doing out there? Ladies and gentlemen, your host, Mr. Detroit on the Detroit Stand Up Podcast. Hopefully you having a beautiful day. And if you're not having a beautiful day, go ahead and think it anyway and everything. Today, show gonna be real special today because we got one of the champions, the only champs I know in the city of Detroit that's like been winning and been whooping everybody's behind. Straight out of King. I invited a couple other students over here, but the one that stood out the most and everything, and the one that's like already that's in the presence of greatness is over here with me, Mark T, his dad and everything. Straight out of King, my man Terrence is in the building. T, it's good to have you over here, man. Definitely good to have you, guy.
Thanks for having
me. And T holding it down for everybody at King. So like I said, I invited a couple of the players. I knew some of the players probably wasn't gonna come and everything, but the one that, like I said, the one that stood out the most, was T. And T, I'm gonna tell you how. I don't know if you know the story on how I kind of like I work off energy. So when y'all was winning, y'all was out there busting heads and everything. And you remember when the kid ran the touchdown back,
Yep.
quarterback ran it back.
Yep.
I seen how the energy kind of shifted towards DeWitt, right? That's the name of the team, DeWitt.
Yep.
I seen how the energy changed towards DeWitt, and the crowd went crazy and everything. And the kid ran it back and everything. And from what I seen, because like I said, I work out energy, I seen the football team put their head down. And I was telling your dad this story. I seen the football team put their head down, and immediately I'm looking for somebody on King, because I always tell my daughter this: somebody got to take ownership and be the leader. And dude, when I seen you turn to the team and start looking at them like, get your head up, man. We ain't going out like that. The next play, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. And I tune in, I'm like, look at this dude right here. Mm-hmm. Look at this dude right here being a representation of the city of Detroit, because I'm Mr. Detroit. So when I seen that, I tuned in, and you start giving high fives to the team. And when you came back over, you was like, next play, we got to be out there. We got to be out there. And so they was walking, and you was like, y'all hurt, you was like, you hear me? And you kind of like huddled them up and told them, man, listen, man, we ain't going out. We didn't come this far to do this. Now, I'm on the sidelines listening to this, and I'm like, that's the shit I'm talking about. Leadership. Great leadership. And I'm talking about the next play, y'all came down and was like, boom, y'all scored. And it could have took a turn for the worse, because you could have been like anybody else. And so when I posted that, and I was like, man, listen, I don't know who number 55, you're number 55, right?
Yes, sir.
I was like, I don't even know who number 55 is, but 55 got quality leadership skills that go beyond football. And I think a couple more other people tagged me, and then I think your auntie or his sister tagged me and was like, that's my brother's son and everything. And a couple people's like, they put your name in. I'm like, man, listen, I don't care nothing about football at this particular time, because what you did, it was beyond football, man. And what you did was you took on a leadership role right then and there. And I told your dad, those leadership skills that was displayed at that particular time, dude, that's gonna take you beyond football. So this is, when I seen it, I'm like, this bigger than football, man. This bigger than football. And you a captain, right?
Yes, sir.
And when that happened, what was you thinking about?
Honestly, I was just trying to keep my guys up, because
the same way you're gonna support them when they make a big play and when they might get a pick six or they might make a big tackle. You gotta support them the same way when they make a mistake. Everybody human, because I make mistakes. Everybody out here make mistakes.
Right.
I was just trying to be a leader the whole year.
Hey man, that was a great role that you portrayed and everything, and by you being a senior, that's senior quality material that most kids don't even get, man. And and I was talking to your dad about it and everything, and he was like, he put it on your mom. He was like, that leadership skills comes from your mom, and he was like, I thank God for the mom too, because I was trying to put it on him, and your dad was like, it's like his mom too and everything, and he was like, we raised him well and everything, or what he need to do and everything, and and we was talking about this before, just to see Detroit King doing that in the city of Detroit, out of all of the states, out of all the teams in the state of Michigan and in Detroit, King was the only one that I know that's like a true champion and everything. So the Lions not doing good. The Michigan, they may not win.
Why don't y'all go play for the Lions, man? I think that's what probably need to happen. The King play for the Lions. We might have a chance to win the Super Bowl.
Hey, man.
I think that might be what need to happen.
Hey, yeah.
The King Lions.
Yeah. And, the quarterback played good, too.
Of course.
Quarterback played good. He a junior and everything. And then, it was the wide receiver. It was like the whole team all season. Y'all been busting heads and everything. So
Yep. Really, we just brought into the program, like, this 2022 class, I can say is like my favorite team I probably ever played for, because King, I can really say it's like a program. Like, you got to really buy into the program. They got so many state championships. They've been doing this for so long. Like, you just got to trust the coaching. And me and the guys, we just trusted. We just bought into the program. We was just like, we're gonna put our head down. We're gonna work. Even since game one, we lost on a Hail Mary to Carmel, Indiana.
yeah,
Joel down in Carmel, we lost last play of the game. We really seen everything we could see in that one game, honestly. From 2-minute drill, from being behind to having to come back, to having the lead, getting caught back up on you. So honestly, throughout the whole season, we were just like, we've been here before. We weren't really stressed. Anytime we got down, second cast game, city championship was down 15-0. We weren't really phased. We just played our game. We just trusted the coaching.
Would you say that that's the key to being successful in sports, especially football, is not being emotionally attached to your current situation, no matter if you up or down? You don't want to get too confident, or you don't want to get too, you don't want to beat yourself down and defeat yourself. You know what I mean? So kind of just staying, being comfortable, being uncomfortable is kind of something that you got to develop, huh?
You got to be level-headed. Our linebacker coach always say you're going to play this close from being out of control, this close from playing out of control. So you always want to not be level-headed. When you make a good play, it's cool to celebrate, but don't ever get too cocky, because it's football. It's game inches. Anybody can come back at any time.
So you can't be cocky out there, man.
I mean,
you cocky guy.
I say I'm a cocky guy.
I'm a cocky guy. I mean,
what's the difference between
I'm
cocky
very
and
self-confident.
Cocky and confident? I was about to say, what's the difference between cocky and confident
I think
to you?
cocky is a little bit more than self-confidence, like a little bit more. Like, you do a little extra. I just feel like I got a lot of self-confidence. I believe in myself a lot. I wouldn't feel like I'm cocky.
And that particular play that y'all did to stop them on goal line.
Yeah, big play.
Was you was involved in that, wasn't you?
Yep. Me and a couple of the guys. So it was actually crazy, because the whole drive, they really drove it really down our throat.
Right.
But just like I said before, a Carmel game, we was there before. We had another goal line stop like that, first game of the season. So we was there. We just played our keys, and I got penetration pretty good, got a hand on them. And my guys, Carl Williams and Blake Bailey, they filled the hole perfect for me. We got the stop we needed.
That was a crazy play. Yep. I mean, on the goal line for the game winner.
Yeah, that was crazy.
They sent them boys. I mean, they sent them back up north, real quick, and everything. And I'm telling you, for me, being in the city of Detroit and be calling myself Mr. Detroit, that right there made me feel proud and everything. So, and to see black kids performing on a level where They not out there looking like no animals. They not looking like unprofessional. They not looking like they not like wilding. Y'all came out there and like portrayed everything that y'all coaches have been preaching to y'all and everything. So, hey man, I appreciate you winning that, boy. And at the end of the day, I don't care nothing about Michigan. T, you might be Michigan. I don't care nothing about Michigan State. I don't care nothing about any. The only thing that I was looking at, kept looking like King ain't getting the recognition that they supposed to be getting. They celebrating Michigan. Dude, it was a lot of people up there at Michigan game watching them play Ohio State. And Jim Harbaugh ain't even won. He been there 9 years, haven't won nothing.
Yep.
And I'm looking at it like, man, King has won 2007, 2008, I think 12. Like, y'all won like 5 or 6 state championships, about 10 city championships. Why the city ain't rocking for them? But they'll go all the way up to the big house, spend that money, get that money to, to the white colleges. I'm like, man, where the kids at? Show love to the kids. So, me, I'm provocative. I got on social media like, man, y'all up at Michigan, y'all need to be rooting for King and everything. My daughter like, Daddy, don't do that. No, man. Somebody got to talk for y'all, man. And I got a little backlash because they was like, you trying to tear a program down. I'm like, nah, man, I'm building this program up over here at King and everything, only because my daughter go there. So I'm really representing at Tough over there. So once again, man, I appreciate you winning it for the city of Detroit and winning it for the state of Michigan and just winning it for King and everything. So
I look at this footage, man, that you sent me. What was it, a couple of weeks ago? And this young dog that was right there in the middle of the. He roll the footage, man.
Hit the footage one time, man.
Yeah, so that's him bouncing around in the middle with it now. Oh yeah, I was like, yeah. So I look at the footage like that's him right there.
Yeah, all year after every big
So
game.
what was that, man? What game was that? What happened? What's going on in that footage we just seen?
Really after every big game, like both Cavs games, city championship game. Anytime we got a trophy for real, district championship, they say T-Mays, come hit your dance and everything. And I go to the middle, and I hit it for real. Me and Jonathan Slack, actually, we made it up probably like a year and a half ago.
That's
Been doing it ever since.
Like I said before, I invited a whole bunch of other kids, T, and like I told my daughter, if didn't nobody show up, it was already like destined for you to show up, because I already like spoke life into you as far as like quality leadership skills and everything. And so this is what I did, T. And I have to make sure that I say this nicely. She says she outside. I got to make sure I say this nicely, because initially I was like, how can I talking about your dad about this. I'm like, how can I like y'all won the state. Ain't nobody giving y'all quality time. I'm like, man, I gotta raise some money for these dudes. And I was like, that's you right here, guy.
Thank you.
That's you right there, guy. I think, and that's you right there, guy. First of all, I asked other players to show up. I was like, listen, man, how many people show up is who I split the money. If one person show up, I'm giving all the money to one person. If 5 people show up, I'm giving all the money to one person. If 10 people show up, I'm getting all the money. But dude, it was already destined for you to. So I appreciate you, T, showing up.
You.
Yeah, guy.
Thank
you. Yeah, guy. And this is how you celebrate excellency, great players, and make them level up and everything. And once again, T, this is beyond football, guy. This is beyond football. And when you go through, you know, your transition of going through colleges and everything, and picking them out and everything, dude, I just need you to kill them.
I got you.
Kill them, guy. Kill them. And represent for the city of Detroit no matter where you go and everything. So, and, you know, church hugs and high fives is definitely in the building and everything. So, once again, T, I appreciate you. I appreciate
I
you.
appreciate you.
T. Tiffany. Terrence, Tiffany. But we call it church hugs and high fives. Church
Call me
hugs.
by my government name.
Oh, Miss
He is in
Tiffany.
high school.
Okay.
All right, I'm ready.
Good to see you, Tiff. How you feel?
I actually feel really good today.
Good.
Yeah. What we on?
I just blessed T.
Yeah.
So, of course, kudos on the win. That was freaking awesome. Yes. So, he be on the sports thing. And I'm always on the what are you doing after high school thing.
Yeah. So right now, it's crazy. I just applied for 3 schools this morning.
Okay.
3 schools that offered me, I applied for them. And I think I might major in mechanical engineering. Right now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I want to major in, because I want to go in a field that when I do get my degree, I'm like, I don't want to say guarantee the job, but it's a lot of jobs out there for you, because my counselor was telling me how you can get your degree, but you can still not be able to find a job. So
That's
I want
a
to make
fact.
sure
You want to be marketable
Yep,
after
definitely.
you leave school. Yeah, and you want to be able to monetize your degree. So, you know, that's always important. So, yeah, I'm always on the what are we doing after school thing. So, I like that. Mechanical engineering. Okay.
And at the end of the day, T, you know, your dad already probably put installed in you, like, you know, work hard and do this and do that. And, you know, me being me, I'm going to be like the uncle. And this is where I go left. T, if it get hard, if it look like you can't achieve what you need to do, T, I'm going to tell you, cheat. listen, and not in the way that, you know, that I'm saying cheat, but I'm actually telling you to cheat to get where you need to get, because they cheated, and I'm not, you know, I mean, they have got it to where they need to be as far as like advance and moving through. If it get tough to the point where you got to do what you got to do, T, to get
By
to that
any
next
means
level.
necessary.
Yes,
That's
get there, there, and look, turn around, and be like, God, forgive me. He gonna forgive you. I'm gonna forgive you. I don't know if Tiff gonna forgive you, because Tiff looking like a mama right now.
No, you know what? Don't. Because I'm going to tell you, this is how I feel about, well, first of all, y'all know I'm not always on all people going to college. I think that it's important to have a marketable skill. But at the end of the day, by any means necessary. I mean, that's what it is. At the end of the day, find you a tutor. I'm not gonna tell you to cheat, but I it's not the worst thing I ever heard. But by any means necessary, you got to get out here and you got to be a productive black man, and that's what's important to me personally, and that's even as a mother, being productive and doing what you need to do in order to be able to succeed in life, in order to be able to be a light for somebody else. And I think that's incredibly important. So by all means necessary. And if that means cheat, fine, listen to Dave.
And get that money, T. Get that money.
Definitely.
You know, at the end of the day, because, you know, you got little Johnny out there in Grosse Pointe that really don't have the communication skills, the attributes to thrive. But, you know, he got his daddy that's gonna push him to, you know, Michigan. Yeah, to cheat Michigan. He gonna introduce him to his uncle Ted, and Ted is gonna bring him in and push him through the University of Michigan, and he not even gonna have to pay for that. You gonna have to go through the trials and tribulations, and then when you get there, they gonna turn to you and be like, well, you know, you got to do everything honest. And little Bobby over here, he
I
didn't
thought
cut
his name was Timmy.
Timmy, Bobby,
Whatever his name is. Okay,
Chase. They gonna tell you to follow the rules. And little Bobby over here, he not even gonna follow the rules. He gonna go straight to the line. So by any means necessary, man. By any means necessary, I say do it and everything. So T, let me ask you this. First of all, you got a girlfriend?
No, not right now.
Okay. So T, let me ask you, in King, the top 3 fine women in King that you be like, damn. The top 3 fine women. Can you say
You gonna ask him to name them, Dave?
Yeah. Name
I
pop.
gotta name him.
Can I just say that he is forever throwing somebody under the bus.
Oh,
I'm talking,
no,
where's
no.
the bus at?
He
Thank
gonna
you.
find a way to throw you under the bus.
He is finding a way to throw you under the bus.
I'm molding T right now to greatness. So I'm asking T, because listen, it's gonna be some women that you may gonna have to step to.
Yep.
So are you asking, hold on, wait, because he do this to me all the time too. So hold on. Are you asking him, do he got game?
I need to know that.
Definitely.
That's what.
Definitely.
Then there you go. He got game.
So that's when that swag. That's when that what we talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about, Dave.
We was talking about confidence and being confident and being cocky. That's where that cockiness come out at, because women like men
That are confident.
Definitely.
and that are cocky.
Sometimes.
Definitely.
Depending on who you talking to.
So once again, I'm gonna ask you, T, because I know when I was at Southwest, I know it's 3 women that was just gorgeous. Every time I looked at them, I'm like, man,
I can't name 3. That might mess up the ones I already got.
Yeah, that's man.
You mean the
might
one?
mess up.
They
the
watching.
one.
No.
And
Couple.
hey,
You
Hey.
never know. They might be watching.
What you doing is all you doing is uplifting them 3 to make them other 3 step their game up. So, but if you don't want to, I totally understand, T.
Ain't nobody got time for your
I'm
shenanigans
going to
today.
pass on that one.
Make a pass. I pass on his
I
questions
got
all
you.
the time.
I got you. I'm only sharpening you up, man. That's all I'm doing. So, that's.
the boy just told you he got game. Then you tried to game him,
I'm just.
and he hit you with the stiff arm.
Oh yeah. Pushed me down and ran it on in and everything. So 3 colleges that you would love to play for, T.
Dream colleges, I'll say, would be Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to play for Ohio State since I was a young kid.
Right.
Always. Alabama, just because of the program. Like,
Right.
it remind me a lot of King. Like, it's a lot of serious. Ain't no playing going on. Nick
Mm-hmm.
Saban down there doing his thing. And another school I'll say would be. Honestly, I didn't think I never was gonna say this, but Michigan.
Okay.
Michigan. I'm starting to like their program a little bit.
Right.
I like what's going on down there.
What's up? That's what's up.
Yeah, all right.
That's what's up. All right, T. Miss Tiff, you got any?
No, I'm just happy that he's here, and I'm happy he doing what he doing. And he said he going to college.
Yeah.
So you are by far my favorite person in the room right now. I'm saying he going to college. He trying to. Hey, listen. I'm all for productive black men.
You are.
That's all I want to see is productive black men and women.
I got you.
So
T, let me ask you this. Why you think, now you named 3 colleges. Why you think the kids that's going to college don't dream about going to HBCU colleges?
I'd say because like they want to be in the limelight a little bit,
Right.
HBCU is still like under the water a little bit.
Right,
Deion bringing them up. He definitely getting more ESPN, more views, stuff like that, making it more cool to go to HBCU. Definitely.
Right.
But they want to play for Bama. You know what I'm saying? If you ask a kid if you want to go to Alabama or you want to go to Jackson State,
Right.
9 times out of 10 they go say Alabama.
Right.
It's because of championships. The teams they play, they always on TV. A lot of their guys go to the NFL.
Right.
If your dream goes to the NFL, I don't want to say it's rare that HBCUs go to the league, but I'll say more go to the league from like an SEC school or a Big Ten or something like that. So it's definitely starting to get,
Because I had this conversation with Slack's dad about HBCUs and predominantly white colleges. I just kept saying that, what if y'all defensive team decided all y'all was going to go to Jackson State? Y'all was just going to make a pact that the 12th graders gonna go to Jackson State, the 11th graders gonna go to Jackson State, the 10th graders gonna go to Jackson State, the 9th graders gonna go to Jackson State. So just imagine if y'all core was just to stay together at one college, and y'all choose to go to a Howard, a Jackson State, a Alcorn, a Tuskegee,
A Morris Brown.
a Morris Brown,
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
or Morehouse. Then what y'all do when y'all get down there, T be the agent. So what you do is you call ESPN, you call Fox Sport, you call Nike, you call Adidas, and you tell them that, listen, man, the same program that we brought from King, we gonna bring here. Cut us a check. And so what you do is you write your own story, and you don't let Alabama write your story. You don't let Michigan write your story. You don't let Ohio State write your story, because what if you let them write your story will be watered down and it'd be kind of like whitewash. So you take your talents to a HBCU, build it up, and you cut the check, because now kids are able to get paid in college.
Yep.
And that's a beautiful thing now. I'm like, man, if you're able to get paid in college, why not write your own story and cut your own check?
And the HBCU.
But I totally understand. Me and Slack Dad be going back and forth. He was like, no, no, he going to Michigan State. He going to Cincinnati. He going. I'm like, God damn, man. Why would you take your talents to a white college where all they gonna do is look at you as a football player?
Yeah, and at the same time, like the HBCUs had to do a better job of recruiting, like up north schools, because mainly they're down south.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jackson State don't usually offer kids in Michigan, or you know, Slack is a 4-star guy. He has no HBCU offers. You know, so even if he wants to go to HBCU, he really can't, because I got full ride to Michigan State. Why would I walk on to Jackson? You know what I'm
Why
saying?
would I
Stuff
pay
like
to go
that.
to school?
Yeah, stuff like that.
I mean,
so
he would probably have to lower if as Slack Dad would say, he would have to lower his standards and go to Jackson State.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that it's lowering your standards, but I understand where he's coming from. So if somebody is offering you a full ride, and college tuition being what it is, and you have a plan on, and you may want to go to the NFL, which is awesome, but your backup plan is to get your education. Get your education for as free as you can. You know what I'm saying? So, and we all know them doggone educations are murdering people's pockets after they get out of school. Get your education for free.
Yeah.
So-
yeah. And T, what's going on with these bomb threats, man?
honestly, I don't know what's going on.
I'm gonna tell you the truth, and Tim might need to help me out with this. I don't think it's nobody. And like I get these, and your dad probably get the. You get the school reports every. So when you get these school reports, the first thing pop on my mind was, who at King would do a bomb threat and go through all this?
A monkey see, monkey do.
But the kids now, I'm looking at like, do you think it? Do you think a kid at King would do a bomb threat?
Honestly, I don't know anymore nowadays. I hope not.
Yeah.
But these days, you never know what's going
Good
on
answer.
with these kids.
Good answer.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
You don't know what's going on at home. Mentally, you don't know what's going
Yeah.
on.
That's a fact.
Because I'm looking at it like, I'm getting we have found the kid. We have found the kid that did this, and we're going to prosecute. I'm like, social media is so open to the point where like, I wouldn't even know if a kid was doing that or making a bomb threat and everything, and so now,
You wouldn't know if you should take it serious.
yes,
Yeah.
but they have to take it
They
serious.
have
in this
to
day and
take all
age,
of 'em serious.
all of them needs to
Yeah.
be taken serious.
Yeah.
Just for that reason, because you never know.
Yeah.
And then we was talking. The thing me and Tiff was talking about this. Kids don't be bringing no. I don't know. In 2021, you never know, because nowadays, like you say, monkey see, monkey do. Like, I know you'll get your behind beat at King. You'll get stomped out at King. But I don't know if nobody is coming to the school and be like, I'm finna just shoot the school up at a black school like
You
King.
don't, but see, the thing about it is, and to kind of piggyback off of what he said, you don't know what they going through at home. You don't know what they going through on their block. You don't know what they going through. I mean, these kids, you honestly don't know. And the dialogue between parents and kids is not open enough for us to be able to really get a idea of what's going on with the kids a lot of times. So,
And honestly, that's probably the same type of mentality that they have out there in the suburbs, where it'll never happen.
it'll never happen out here, and then it happens.
So once we slack up and we
Right,
because you got to think they don't have the same security precautions and procedures
No.
that we have in the Detroit public
Yeah,
schools. or in the
DPS
suburbs,
we.
you know what I'm saying?
Every time we walk in, we gotta get our bag checked. We go through a metal detector.
Right.
Security guards go deep in your bag. They make sure. I don't know if they're doing that out there.
But see,
Oxford.
the thing
See what I'm
about it
saying?
is, and this is kind of where that plays in. So y'all are supposed to feel like criminals everywhere y'all go, and they don't want them to feel like criminals when they come to school
Right.
because that's where they're supposed to go to learn and free their mind and open it up.
See, they get the
It's
benefit of the doubt out
they
there.
get the
We get
benefit
the
of the doubt.
consequence of the
Yeah.
doubt.
So, it's like that. And then you look at, it's a whole lot of policies in DPS schools that I'm not really feeling at this point. The other one is uniforms. I don't want my kids to be group thinkers. I really want free thinkers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And part of that thought process is kind of manifest in what they wear and how they portray themselves and different things like that. Not to say that you can't add your own swag to your uniform, whatever, but at the same time, y'all are supposed to feel incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, and that's what that to me is how it kind of plays out. Y'all are supposed to feel incarcerated while y'all are in school, and you really have to mold your mind being in a urban school so you understand that you are not a victim of circumstance. You are not you know what I'm saying. You are not on your way to prison. That prison to pipeline or school to prison pipeline is not a real thing for you, and those are the things that you have to make sure. That's the reason why I'm so big on go to college, get a trade, go marry somebody, raise your kids, make sure you a part of, you know what I'm saying? All of those things are really important, and those are things that we teach at home, some of us. But at the same time, you just want to make sure that you don't get that subtle BS that they kind of push in your head as far as who you are going to become as a person, just based upon the subtle things that you kind of experience when you go to school. So metal detectors is one of them. They always want y'all to feel like y'all savages or y'all just here to kill each other and things like that. But if you raise them like that, then that's who they kind of become. You know what I'm saying? The same thing as telling your kids you're stupid, you're stupid, you're stupid, you're stupid. And then they turn around and they act stupid. But the reason why they acting stupid is because you told them they was freaking stupid. So, it's just something else to think about. But at the end of the day, just don't feed into it.
Right. And of course, the information that I'm always getting into about what's going on at King is through my daughter's crew. So it's about 8 of them. So the incident with the principal. Now the principal liked the football team because they the football team. But the students that's in the school, they be giving the teachers, the principal, the business.
Maybe they got the wrong principal.
He went to King. He played football, didn't he, T?
Yeah, he played football for King.
What kind of business are they giving them?
What? Of course, me and T talked about this. They like how you got the favorites.
Okay.
But the students be like, nah, we giving you this work. So, one time, I guess his tires got stolen off his truck in the parking lot. And of course, the kids went crazy on that.
Yeah, they doing a lot of stuff. They conducted a walkout. The whole school was supposed to walk out. The football team was the only people still in school.
Do you know why this football probably?
Well, they want to continue to play football.
Yeah, we was in the middle of a state championship.
So,
We ain't had time.
y'all
yeah,
got time for that.
that's
We ain't
not
had time
smart.
for
But
it.
what was the walkout for?
They kept saying like the school wasn't clean enough. It was too many people with COVID in there, stuff like that.
Clean our schools.
They
That's
wanted to clean the
basically what they
school,
were saying.
Okay.
clean the school.
So at the
Too many
end of the
teachers
day,
with COVID, stuff
yeah.
like that.
At the end of the day,
And it was about uniforms too.
that's reasonable. Yeah. Well, I'm not a uniform person.
Right. So and so you had the football team, and I think the basketball team just cooperating, but the other kids in the school was like, nah, man, we're about to turn up, and they turned up and did a walkout.
Okay.
And I asked my daughter, I'm like, where you at with this? She's like, Daddy, I got to go to Votech. I'm like, well, I told her, I'm like, well, maybe you don't need to go to Votech. Follow with the kid. If the kids walking out as a team, I said, beautiful. Only reason why you probably need to walk out if everybody walk out. Now, if everybody walk out, you need to walk out with the team.
I mean, not only that, but I mean, if it's something that and we want to teach our kids how to kind of activate their voices when they're in school and things like that. So they are a major part of that process.
Right.
So if it's too many teachers with COVID, you might want to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, safety above all other things. Yeah, I would have left too.
Yeah.
But like
But
Coach
it-
Spence brought us together, and he was just like, "How do we feel about it?" We felt, and we was just like, "We don't see no
principal?
problem." Yeah, we don't see no problem. So we
See,
this
y'all-
little group chat with the seniors, like all the seniors in the school, and I was just trying to be a leader and was just like, I talked to the principal. I was like, you feel me? That like the students not happy. So then he said Fridays it's virtual school now. They're gonna clean the school on Fridays. And stuff got to get a little bit better. Like yesterday, he was dancing on stage. Everybody was happy for him dancing and stuff. I feel like, they warming up to him a little bit.
And then they went hard on the video. I got the remix of the video with the kids kind of like they flipped it and was like, what is he doing? I say, man, social media.
Is a beast.
And what? Instagram. I think he was on Instagram and that Snapchat. I mean, it's a Snapchat? A group?
Group chat. No, I'm joking.
No,
That was a joke.
what's the yellow and white? What's that?
Snapchat.
That's
Snapchat. They went hard on him because he got the dancing on there, and I guess I mean I think he close to 50. He really can't dance, but they did a remix on him. I'm like, oh my goodness, kids are wicked with it and everything. So hey, I got my giggle on because I got the video quick. So T, let me ask you this. Say you go to Michigan, right?
Yep.
Say you go to Ohio State. T, say what if you damn near it's like 3%, 1% at Ohio State blacks. T, you jumping out there in the snow? Now, I'm coming from an uncle standpoint.
Oh, my God.
Because your dad probably like, hey man, look, choose. T, you know what I'm talking about snow when I say snow.
I know what you're saying.
Okay, snow bunnies. So, are you jumping out there in the snow bunnies, or it really don't bother you because love is in between the eye. Love is like the eye of the beholder. So I mean, what's your take on that, T? Break it down to me.
Honestly, I like all females. I don't really discriminate like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, for sure.
Me and my dad talked about it for sure. I was just one day I just walked up to him and
I
asked like,
rock with your dad. Go ahead.
what if I brought one home one day? Like, how would you feel about it? He was just like, he ain't got no problem with it. Nothing like that. No problems with it.
Right.
Problems.
So let me ask you this, T. If you go get one, and just hypothetically, if you don't go get one, T, don't go get no ugly one. Man. I'm gonna keep it 100 because the brothers that go get them, like you ever seen a brother with one?
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Oh my God, they talking about them like they puppy.
I'm
Like, have you ever seen a black man
T,
with one of
I'm
those?
telling you, when a brother go get a snow bunny, majority of the time, I'm talking about 90% of the time, they bottom feeders, meaning that they ugly as hell. T, if you go get one, make your dad happy, make your mom happy. Don't go get the Becky with the missing tooth or the Becky that don't have no. Dude, you better go get one that got qualities of a black woman.
Yep, I got you. Can't do that.
I was about to say, if you're gonna do that, just go get a black woman. I don't understand.
I'm
Listen.
Look, if you're gonna jump out there,
I love that, but let me just say this: I'm not a supporter or a non-supporter. I don't care one way or the other. If you gonna find somebody to be with and spend the rest of your life with, make sure you like them. Don't look for nobody for your
T.
daddy, your mama, Dave, none of that.
T.
I'm telling you, because
gotta-
if you don't like her,
T.
guess who got to live with her ass?
T, you better go get the coldest thing. They got the
course.
greatest
No,
mind.
because then
that
guess
have-
what happens? She get old and her shit's y'all gonna make me.
You
cuss.
better look at her mama,
skin
T.
starts to sag. Honey, listen, go get somebody who you like. Okay,
T.
go get
So
somebody
look
who
at
you
her
like.
mama.
Look,
You look at her mama
look at
and
it.
she end up looking like her daddy.
go
Okay.
look at
Go find somebody you like.
go look at her mama, and then go look at her daddy's mama, and then go look at them grandparents. All you gotta do is like, let me see a picture of your mama. Let me see a picture of your grandmama. Let me see a picture of your daddy's mama.
And then she reach back and she get her great grandma jeans, and then next thing you know, you laying next to this wrinkled chick for the rest of your life.
T.
Listen, brother.
Cut her loose.
Listen. Listen.
I'm
Find somebody that you like who make you happy. Period.
no, dude. You gotta look at her, T. At the end of the day,
You gotta look at her.
you gotta look at her.
Dave
Look,
ain't gotta see her.
I'm the uncle, so I'm
Dave,
telling you.
Dave only gotta look at it.
At the end of the day, you got to make your dad proud. Make your mama proud. If you jump out there in the snow, I need you to go get the coldest thing in the snow game.
Of course.
That's it. Cause the sisters are already waiting on you. The sisters gonna be looking cold. The sisters gonna be looking gorgeous. I mean, the sisters gonna be looking everything like a goddess. But if you jump out there, T, go get the coldest thing in the bunny field. Don't go get no raggedy ass bunny. I need you to go get the coldest thing, man. And that's it. That's from my uncle, man. That's from my uncle. Tiff telling you from my auntie's standpoint. You know, go get somebody that's gonna make you happy.
No, seriously. Listen,
And Mark on the third eye, but yeah.
Mark third eye closed right now.
But yeah. So, T, what type of music you listen to, man?
I jump into a lot of genres. I like rap, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I get into some Brent Fayez every now and again.
Some who?
You know. Brent Fayez, you know, he a slow guy. You know.
You familiar with?
Why would you even ask me? I'm
I-
about to
I-
Google
I
him.
listen to the regulars, Lil Durk, Lil Baby, you know, Rod Wave,
okay.
you know.
Hold on, wait. Who is Brent? What?
Brent Fayez.
I'm about to Google
Brent
him.
Fayez, that's how you say it.
R&B artist.
Yeah, R&B.
Okay. So,
And I want to chill out a little bit after practice, and I might be tired or something.
Found him. Okay.
so he kind of like Rob Wade.
Yeah, he's slow.
Okay,
Slow. He's slower.
Mark, you familiar with him? Because I'm so my head so the baby, and then of course majority of the kids from King listen to that Detroit music, I assume, right?
Not me. Not really. I don't really
Not
jump.
T?
Nah, not really.
Okay. That's kind of like, you know.
I don't like too many Detroit artists like that.
Okay.
Got out of that phase.
Oh, but you was kind of like in that 9th, 10th grade, you was turning up
Yeah.
on a little bit. Okay.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So T, and then your eating habits when you do go to college. And your dad probably then broke it down and everything as far as like what you need to be doing and everything as far as, you know, eating and drinking water and everything. And, you know, playing football, you got to be kind of like, you know, in shape and everything to do what you need to do,
Definitely.
right? Yeah,
Of course.
yeah,
You gotta stay hydrated, keep a lot of water in your system. Be hot out there.
yeah. Oh yeah.
State
Oh, yeah.
championship, I was catching a lot of cramps.
Were you?
Yeah, drinking pickle juice, mustard. I was trying a lot of stuff. Yeah,
Bananas?
yeah I ate banana too. It was
One.
working. Yeah, I ate one.
See that
Okay. Eat more bananas.
holistic coming out right there. That's the Dr. Tiff is coming out right now.
Yeah,
So, you know.
bananas.
Can you give us a reason why we should eat more bananas?
Bananas.
Potassium.
What does the pickle juice do to?
I have no idea.
Pickle
My
juice.
team mom just told me to drink it. I drank it.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
It helps out?
It helped. It helped.
It has a lot of sodium in it, though. And by you being African American, one thing that I wouldn't want to see you have is high blood pressure
Yeah.
at 20. So yeah, pickle juice. But no, eat a banana. And drink a lot of water. And,
Gotcha.
yeah, bananas. And they're delicious.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
When you wake up, T, and I think Tiff was talking about this the last time we was talking about how do you motivate yourself every single day when you waking up going to school? Because kids nowadays, they got different motive. You know, they look at stuff differently. Like, you know, with me, I'll probably wake up and I would talk to myself in the mirror every day before I'm about to get on the bus and go to Southwestern. Kids are different now because they got social media. They got TikTok. They got all this other stuff. Like, what separates your mindset, T, from other kids' mindset that you look at and be at school and be like, yo, you act like this?
Yeah, I just feel like I'm just a little bit more focused because I just feel like I got a good relationship with God. I talk to God a lot, like multiple times a day. I got a good relationship with God, and I just feel like I don't want to say I'm the last hope, but I'm kind of like the last. You know, my big brothers play football. I got god brothers that play football. I'm kind of like the last hope. You know, none of my uncles or nothing ever went to college for free, nothing like that. So I just feel like I'm the last hope. You know, with my family.
That ain't pressure on you, is it? You don't feel no pressure like that?
Not really.
Good. Miss Tiff?
No, hey, he said he focusing. He talked to God. I ain't mad. I mean, that's kind of what it is at the end of the day. You know, one of the things that you kind of want to do is you want to know where you are morally, where you are spiritually. You know, where you trying to go, and you want to put yourself in the best. You want to put yourself in the best position to get where you want to go. So being on a spiritual level, you know, you do want to talk to God because God is going to get you where you need to go.
Yep.
That's it at the end of the day.
I thank my mom for that. She taught me, like, you got to talk to God. Like, you got to have a really good relationship with God. You can't just talk to him when you want something.
Yeah.
You gotta thank him for everything.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
He is not a blessing ATM.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Be a blessing. For him, we got to work for him.
Oh, yeah. Tiff, what would you, like, when you dealing with kids, and of course, you know, Tiff is like that super mom, what would you tell T as far as like dating? The do's and don'ts from church hugs and high fives, but from Tiffany.
All right. So from the mommy version of me,
Well, from the mommy version.
mommy version of me, first thing I'm always going to tell my boys, no means no. That's number one. Don't make no difference where you are in that situation. A no is a no. The other thing is, if she look like she's trying to game you, she probably is. Be patient. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to rush into nothing. You don't want to put yourself at a disadvantage trying to deal with anybody. And then you do want to be focused on where you want to go later on in life. You don't want to put off love and relationships and things like that because you want to be able to have a well-rounded life. But at the same time, one of the things that I think is important is to be able to afford to finance a family. You know what I'm saying? So you also don't want to be out here struggling, having babies and stuff like that, and not be able to take care of the people you make.
Yep.
You know, or the woman you love. And that's really about it. No means no, and stay focused.
Yep.
You know, I mean, you're gonna date, you're gonna see people you like, but at the same time, you don't want the center of your world to revolve around that woman. You really want it to revolve around getting to where you need to be in order to be able to take care of that woman and anything you produce.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to find that balance of like talking to girls and like doing your work and stuff like that. Like especially like the young kids and stuff like that, they might be losing focus on the real goal because they trying to talk to this girl or something like that. You just gotta stay focused. You know, it's cool to talk to girls. You know what I'm saying? Get around, but you gotta stay focused at the end of the day. You know what the main goal is.
You gotta find a girl too who kind of comes into your fold. You know what I'm saying? So if you at home studying and you feel like you want to be around that girl and she ain't the studying type, she probably ain't the one for you. But you get one who want to come over and study and kick it, and you know you can spend time with people and not have to spend time with people doing outside things. Sometimes you can just go and you know, y'all can be reading a book or writing a report, and she might be a positive influence on you, and you can be one on her. So that's just how I feel personally. And I think anything that kind of pulls you away from your focus is a tool of the devil. So.
And at the end of the day, T, when you going through like, you know, because right now it's like a transformation stage of you going from high school to college. Um, I just need for you to make sure that you just don't give up on none of your dreams. So, you know, whatever your dreams are, you have to go get them. Your your mom may not understand your dreams sometimes. Your dad may not understand your dreams sometimes. But your dreams are your dreams. And what I need for you to do is coming out of King. When you come out of King, I need for you to be like be the biggest dreamer at King, and then go get it, and then also be able to come back and tell the kids at King how do you got it. Because majority of the time people will leave King and never come back.
Definitely.
But it's something about King, something about Cass where the kids will always come back and give and everything. So I mean, first of all, it's gonna be tough, but you got to make that shit look easy. And you know, and like I said, you know, you got your dad, you got your mom, they gonna be on you. Just be able to write your own story and do what you need to do and be great with it, man. At the end of the day, and nobody can stop you, man. Nobody can stop you. So I just need you to make a conscious, be with God, chase your dreams, and do what you need to do, man. Because you know it's out there. It's out there, man. It's definitely out there. So, you know, and
I just want to interject one other thing. And this is something that I am consistently always saying, especially with regards to black men and understanding the climate as far as black men are concerned and kind of where the minds of, you know, your fellow black men are concerned. But, you know, when you make it to that place where you want to be, regardless to what it is. So you can not make it to the NFL, and I'm not saying that you won't. I pray to God that you do, so I can be like, I sit down there and talk to him. I inspired his whole life. But, you know, one of the things that you definitely want to do is you want to make sure that whenever you do whatever it is that you do, you come back and you be a light in your community, you know, and you inspire people to do a better or a greater thing. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's something that is, and I know everybody talks about it, but when you see it, it's not happening on the scale that would make me happy. So just FYI, I'm always looking at it like, you know, do something where you come back into your community and you be a light in your community for, you know, people who look like you, you know. So that's the other thing.
For sure.
And at the end of the day, you gonna mess up. The thing about it is you got to be able, once you mess up, and of course you probably heard these speeches from your dad, your mom. You be looking like, God damn, here we go with the speech. Here we go with the Martin Luther King speech. But if I'm repeating the same thing that your dad said, or I'm repeating the same thing that your mom said, just confirmation that we just want you to be great. And as a black kid, man, you have to. You are already great. You just got to just walk into your greatness and just accept it. And you can't be like putting more pressure on yourself and just, once again, you gonna fuck up. You gonna mess up. Just take all the mistakes and be like, here we go, man. Just ride it out, T. Ride it out and write your own story, man. Write your own story. So, you know, that you know, that's what I need you to do. Because you know, you did it on the field. And like I said, this bigger than football.
Yep.
This bigger than football, because you know you play, like, you know, you gonna play football to about 28, 25. After that, you got to keep going. So you know, at the end of the day, this bigger than football. So you know.
Yeah, my pops always told me, like, anytime you take an L, you gotta take it on the chin. Like, as a black man, like, I don't want to say nobody really cares, cause like at the end of the day, everybody going through something. So you just gotta take your L on the chin. You gotta keep moving.
I agree, and I think one of the better things is you do one or two things with every loss or every win, however you look at it. But you either win or you learn. You know what I'm saying? So either it's a learning experience or it's a winning experience where you learn how to win. So I mean, that's always a huge thing. You really have to, you know, put yourself in a position to understand that even when you fail, you should be getting something out of that situation. You know, so I think that's really important too. And then as far as as far as you failing, it happens, and it happens to everybody. You know, even the best of them, they failed 100 times. That one win is gonna mean every
It's
damn
crazy
thing because
'cause, like,
they fail.
Like my whole life, I ain't never won a championship like ever. Like I lost in championship every year. From C team, both year, A team, I lost every year. First year of high school, I lost in the state championship. Last year, I lost like, and then this year it's like I brought it all together and I finally got the job done. And
That
it's
shit
like,
felt good,
it
didn't it?
felt so good. It felt good. It's like all my hard work, all the L's I took, I learned. I didn't take it. I didn't lose. I learned. I brought it together, and we finally got it done. And it just kind of like propelled me for the future.
Yeah. And like I was telling your dad, when I seen that team, when I seen the kid run the ball back, and you was on the sideline, and how you got the team and you rallied the team up. For me, I seen greatness right there. And like I said, when I posted it and talked about it and everything, I'm like, man, I don't know who this number 55 is, but this 55 got the gift of gab that's bigger than football. So when I seen that, I'm like, man, I of course I called a couple people. I'm like, man, I got to get this kid on here. I mean, of course I know the quarterback probably wasn't coming. I knew the wide receiver wasn't coming. I say, but if I can get number 55, and then it was like the presence of God that, like, you know, like I said, his sister timed in and then connecting me to him and everything. And I'm like, oh yeah, let me get on it. And I'm like, if anybody don't show up, I need Terrence over here and everything. And of course it worked out. Asked a couple people to, you know, I was trying to get like $2,000. I'm like, man, somebody gotta, if don't nobody bless these kids in the city of Detroit, hell, I'm gonna do it. So, and of course I asked a couple people to do it, to send me some money. I'm like, don't give me no money cash. Send it to me Cash App, because the first thing somebody do is they gonna spend the money or he gonna do this. If you send it through me through Cash App, Cash App got a receipt where it shows you how much money it is, and so I can take that and give it to them. So and like I said, it was destined for you to come over here to talk to us so we can talk about the greatness that you're doing and everything. And there it is and everything. And a couple other kids was like, I'm gonna try to come. I'm like, I didn't tell them nothing. I'm like, all right,
I appreciate you.
all right.
Definitely.
So you know, it's a beautiful thing and everything. So what we got, like T, you good with credit?
My credits,
I mean, no, credit.
like my
When you-
credit score.
Yeah.
I've talked to my parents about it a little bit, but I'm not really like, I ain't never looked at like my credit score or
Right,
nothing like
right.
that.
Going into college. Tiff, you want?
Everybody and their mama gonna send you a credit card. Everybody and their mama, and the hope is that you use the credit card. The one thing that I'll tell you, and this is my own personal experience, so you never want to max out a credit card. That tanks your credit score immediately. You always want to keep it at maybe about a third of the limit. I mean, it's a million things. Get a book. I promise you, you will be thankful that you did it. Don't abuse your credit young, and then think that it's gonna get. No, it doesn't. You abuse your credit. You just have to be responsible financially, fiscally. You have to be responsible, and then you want to teach your kids how to be fiscally responsible when they come. You know what I'm saying? So the biggest thing, like for me, what I did with my oldest son was when my oldest son turned 16, I put him on my credit cards. So by the time he turns 18, he already have credit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's things like that you just want to make sure that you're kind of cognizant of going into college. It's a whole lot of stuff it's a whole lot of doors that are going to open as far as the adult experience, going into becoming an adult. And the one thing that you just want to make sure you do is you don't abuse any of it. So just be smart. Think about what it is that you need. And then you need to know whether or not it's a need or a want. Them gym shoes, you don't need them, you want them. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, if you can save up a couple of dollars and go get it, go do that. But you just want to make sure that you are financially responsible early, so you don't end up like most of us. So most of us tanked our credit as soon as we got it. Soon as I got a credit card, baby, when I tell you I was a shopping chick, and I still shop. Don't get me wrong. But I've gotten to a point where, you know, when it was time for me to buy my house, the first thing that I started thinking about is how much money do I owe to other people. Not anything that I have, because I didn't have anything other than a car, and a lot of credit card bills. So then you got to go back and you got to start paying all that stuff off. But what you really need is you need the house. You know what I'm saying? So just don't do it.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Get you a credit card and then don't use it crazy. So you want to make small purchases, but don't be ridiculous. And then pay it off every month. You know, so that's another really huge thing. Other than that, the other thing that I'm probably going to say going into college, just be thoughtful as far as the things that you do. You definitely want to think about home ownership. You definitely want to think about land ownership. They're not making no more land. Land is valuable. They can lie to you all they want to, but land is valuable. You know, those are things that you kind of want to, you really want to think about. And like I said, go get you a book where they teach you about finances and how to make the best of your name and your social security number. You know what I'm saying? And then don't buy nobody else shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I don't have nothing else.
And I think the young lady was talking about, like, when y'all at King, see, they don't teach us at King.
Not at all.
They, you know, they got y'all social studies and everything. And I think me and Mark was talking about, it's like, they should not be teaching y'all stuff that's like, is it geometry? Like, you're never gonna use that.
Well, he might.
Well, it's areas in life where you can apply all of that, or it could help you. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, I just feel like they should, you know, if a kid knows his central focus of where he wants his education, what he wants education in, he should be able to focus on that as early as possible, as opposed to being forced all of this extra stuff down. Like, I hate to say it, but social studies, something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, what can you know, it's a small, from what I understand or what I know, small area of careers that you can graduate and get a job in knowing your social studies history. Now, I'm not saying that it's none, because I can think of a couple, but I'm just saying, like, when you at that age, man. But he brought up something that was real important that when you brought up credit, and he said, yeah, I talked to my parents, we talked about that. And when we was our age,
Nobody.
parents didn't talk to us about that. And when they did talk to us about it, they actually said, don't get a credit card. Stay the hell away from credit cards.
You actually do want one. And you want to think about it as being for emergencies. You know what I'm saying? And you want to use it maybe once a year just to make sure they keep it open. But when you use it, you just want to make sure that you use it and you pay it off. So you want to have the cash to be able to pay off your purchase, or at least most of your purchase. Now, the other thing that I'm definitely going to agree with, so first of all, they don't teach all about finance in school, which is something that I think is a setup. And then when you go into college, I don't think you should have to do as much of the BS as you do in college as you really have to do. So if I know what I'm going into, and I know for my course of study, I don't need a whole lot of math. I'm not about to become a statistician. I'm not going to be a engineer, you know, things like that. So I don't need it.
Right.
I'm going into social work. I need to know how to talk to people. You know, those are the things that they should be teaching. But see, they don't focus that because college is still a business.
Yeah.
So universities operate in business. So another thing that I would probably advise is find out what classes you absolutely need to graduate for your program of study, period. I don't take extras, and if you can find a way to take it at a community college while you're going to your university classes, make sure they're transferable, but take them at a CC. And you save a whole lot of money that way. I mean, but like it's a whole lot of little things. Like I said, going into the realm of becoming an adult, which we really need to be starting to teach our kids is how to make their money work as best for them as is possible. So we're not talking about the today money, because y'all don't have none. Y'all broke. It's okay. But you want to make sure that what you do is you want to make sure your tomorrow money is working for you as best as you can. And the one thing that I see a lot of people failing in is when you go to a university and you have to pay $600 per credit as opposed to going to a community college for your core classes and being able to pay $200. So you save $400 per credit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So those are things that you want to think about. And then if you get to a point where you feel like, and I pray you don't, I want you to do whatever the hell it is you want to do, and I want you to be amazing at it. Because again, I want you to look back one day and be like, I was talking to this lady and she told me, because I like my accolades. But just make sure that you're making your money work for you as best as possible. And then if you decide that that's not what you want to do, one of the best things that I can probably tell any kid is go into a trade. They make more money than most college graduates. Those are facts. And they're always needed. But I want you to go to college because I want you to go to the NFL. But I'm just saying, if you decide that that's not what you want to do, there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody is not built for that university life.
Right.
Go to but you have to do something so I can be proud of you. So
Yep.
I can get my accolades later because that's really all I want. So you make sure you look into trades and they make damn good money.
Yep.
I'm
You good at your hands, T?
Yeah, I think so.
You know how to build stuff?
Yep.
We can be friends.
That's
This is my new bestie.
that's a skill that would cutting hair, plumbing, electrical, painting, even if you know how to do massage therapy. One thing, if you good with your hands, they can never take that away from you.
No.
And as time went on, as black folks start elevating and start learning how to do stuff with their hands, they start taking it out of the school system. So by the
That's a
time
fact.
I got to where I, in the 90s, it was damn near out of the school system.
Yeah.
Because black people were winning with their hands. So, I mean, even if you know how to cut hair,
Yep.
they can never take that away from you. So, that's like everybody need a haircut.
Yeah.
And even if it's not something like a haircut, because I'm gonna tell you something, the way that our systems are set up as far as our water and sewage, our electrical systems, wind turbines, whatever it is you want to call it, I'm gonna tell you a couple of things. Brick masons, you will not find them unless they're old or Mexican. But not a lot of y'all are doing brick masonry. And it's something that is always needed because we need some place to live and steps to walk up and stuff like that. Become my electrician. Like at the end of the day, I have a gentleman friend, and my friend is an electrician. He owns his own company, and he works for GM. He's an electrician for GM. So you know how much the linemen make.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just telling you, I'm giving them kudos. Another one is plumbing. My sink is not working right now. You could be at my house fixing my sink and I can give you my money because I'm never going to do it myself, and I really want to give somebody my money to fix my sink. So it's a whole lot of little things like that. So if you decide that university is not for you, by all means, black man, find a trade or several, because I can get you in my house to do my plumbing, my electrical, put my steps up, whatever. But I just want you to have something that is extremely marketable and everybody needs. So, and that's wealth.
And then again, T, and of course it's like the uncle, the auntie. You gotta travel.
Ooh.
Before if you can, if your pops don't do this, hell, I'll do it, guy. Before you get out of the 12th grade, you gotta get a passport. Get your passport and travel. Once you learn how to travel, you'll learn the importance of a black man. They love you everywhere outside of America. Because, it's like when you're in America, you chasing the American dream. And that dream is only a dream. When you get outside of America, that dreams become reality. And when you start looking at it like living in Dubai, living in Ghana, living in Dominican Republic, living in Haiti, going to them places, Colombia. They love black men. They look at you as a god. So when you traveling and you learning the different cultures and they embracing you, and then you come back to the United States as a black man and they trying to shoot you, they trying to degrade you. It's like, you look at it like Ludacris is like got dual citizenship over in Ghana. And Ghana is giving black men and black women housing over there free. You can go to Colombia, become a Colombian citizenship, and you go to college for free over there. It's a I'm telling you, the getting outside the United States is a bonus. So I mean, we gonna keep in touch, but I'm telling you, dude, before you graduate, get your passport.
Okay. Yep.
All right, now I'm not gonna say they love you everywhere.
They love you.
They don't.
Okay.
But here's what I will tell you. I feel like traveling is important for a completely different reason. The reason why I feel like traveling is important is because it makes you a little bit more well-rounded. As far as, you know, you grew up in a black city, you grew up around a whole lot of black people, you did a whole lot of black shit. When you move and you start moving around the world at large, I think one of the best things is it teaches you how to communicate more efficiently with people who don't look like you. I think that it gives you an idea of how other cultures kind of live and survive. So it's a little bit different. I think road trips are dope. But I definitely agree. Move around outside of these states, ununited, whatever. But you need to move around and you need to see what the world really has to offer, because this might not be where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you can find dual citizenship in Guyana. Or you might end up over in Tel Aviv. Don't nobody know. But just experience life as much as is humanly possible, especially before you become a parent. And I'm going to say that's really important, because I think we have a tendency to teach our kids what we know. And when we are limited in what we know, we don't have much to teach. So I'm never gonna say that you're gonna be loved everywhere you go, because I really believe in my heart that the black man is one of the most hated people on the planet, unless you have something to offer.
Only in America. See, only they love you in Colombia.
I'm sure they do.
They love you in
They
Dominican.
love your black money. Don't get it twisted.
See.
Unless you have something to offer, they don't love you like people think they love you. What I'm saying is, you still want to be able to move around the world and see what the world has to offer. That's just my personal opinion. Dave could be right, because in the DR, they could love you.
Ghana, they love you.
They love your money. Okay.
Dubai, they love you. All you have to do is step foot, because it's not a lot of y'all out there. You know where everybody's at? They're in America trying to chase that dream. And that dream, T, is outside of America. The women, the culture, the environment, the weather. I'm telling you, anything that's warm, go to. And I don't know if, you at King and you talking about, traveling, man. I mean, traveling is like the new club. Like,
as it should be. Like
you can't get me to go to Vegas. You can't get me to go to Miami. You can't get me to go to New Orleans. And I like New Orleans, and I like all, but get me outside of America, man, I shine.
Yeah. I'm still mad y'all didn't invite me last time y'all left the United States.
Well,
I don't care. I don't want to hear about it.
It was a male's trip.
You said I have a lot of masculine energy. I should have been fine to go.
It was a male trip. We do this every year, and T, you might want to. I'll make sure I keep your dad in the loop and everything. But we go with like about 40 guys.
And next time they go, I'm going.
And that's why it's called a male trip, because when you get black men outside of America, what we do is we build each other. So your energy become my energy.
And I think that's beautiful.
And so you learn from me, I learn from you. And so you learning from 40 different men. in like 20 different states that's thinking the same. And so when we come together, it's like we building this foundation that cannot be stopped. And we sitting there looking like we all sound the same. And then we get together, we get up and we eat breakfast. We get up, we work out. We get up, we go do excursions. We get up, we party. We get up and we walk through the city. And then when you walking through the city, the people that's in the city looking at us like, y'all got to be some rappers, or some basketball players, some football players.
Because they looking for their money.
And once we start getting involved in the city, they love us. First of all, it's that God body energy. To you, a God at the end of the day. So when you wake up, you got to look at yourself as God. I'm not saying you God. I'm not calling you God. But I'm saying as a 17 or 18-year-old black man, you God when you look at yourself. And you got to portray yourself as God. Because when you start acting like God, you're going to become God. And then your mistakes that you make, of course you're going to make the mistakes, but you got to be able to dust your mistakes off and keep moving and everything. So, and then you got to be greater than your dad. Because your dad wants you to be greater than him. Yeah. So everything that your dad did, you got to do it better and burn that shit down. So if your dad went to or just stay in the United States, dude, you got to go beyond that. So he can look at it and be like, look at my son.
Yeah, for sure.
Look at my son. So, you know, as men, we got to be able to push each other and keep it going and everything. And then at the end of the day, you got to be the leader, and you got to be able to captivate that woman or the woman that you love and everything. And if you love your mama enough, you'll love your woman that's coming to you. So, but if you disrespect your mama, you're going to disrespect your woman.
Yep.
So, you know, that's important and everything, because at the end of the day, they all we got. That's why I'm pushing, like, bro, get that black woman. Don't play in the snow, but if you choose to, do you,
yep.
T.
For sure.
So, you know. Tiff?
I already told you. I just feel like I'm sorry. Look, and I'm over here stuck. But I do. I feel like you definitely need to travel. I think traveling, and especially young, before you call yourself being afraid to get on a plane or afraid to go out by yourself and kind of just experience life. I think that I think it's important for you to do it before you have kids. Mm-hmm. I think one of my biggest mistakes was not doing more before I became a mother. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm tied to my kids in every single way. Mm-hmm. Go out, have fun, live your best life, and then when you get ready to get older, you know, you're a little bit more settled. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's pretty much all I can tell you. I love my black men. I love my black boys, with a great deal of purpose. Mm-hmm. And I want y'all to experience all of the best things. And traveling is definitely one of them. Mm-hmm. So.
But I appreciate you showing up, guy. I ain't gonna hold too much time and everything. Mark, I don't know if you can you let him out, Mark? And we'll just Pops, I appreciate you, man.
Thank you,
Love
fellas.
you for coming over, guy. Hey, do what you want to do with that guy. I told the players to come, so I'm gonna bless you, guy.
Appreciate you.
Most definitely, guy.
Thank you.
I love you, guy, and burn it down, guy.
Got you.
Burn it down.
I got something that I need to address now that I can use my regular verbiage. I'm just telling you.
All right, T.
Y'all segues, man. Y'all audience gonna tune out while y'all keep it talking.
Yeah. Most definitely.
That's Dave.
Well, I ain't want to hold. I mean, once I cash him out, I ain't want to hold him up or nothing like that, you know, because I can hear my daughter like, "Daddy, you just finna keep talking.
Of
You
course.
just gonna keep talking." So I was like, "Okay, let me keep him here for a little bit, break him down, and then bless him, and then we can keep it moving."
Keep it pushing. So I got two things I want to address.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think both of these are equally as important just for me as a woman and as a mother. And as a black woman and all that good stuff. So the first thing that I want to address is the questions last week.
The questions last week.
The Tiff answers 20
I
questions.
thought that was gone, Tim.
Yeah, whatever. So I'm gonna tell you this.
I thought that was gone.
Whoever.
I thought that was gone, Tim.
Hold on, wait.
We still holding on to that?
Whoever decided that they wanted to ask 20 questions of me,
Oh my goodness.
next time ask yourself. Okay? So don't send no messengers. Ask yourself. Okay, so that's number one.
Number one.
Number two, I called in and I was talking to them on another show. And oh yeah, honey. Well, let me tell you something. So I had expressed the fact that first of all, I had been married twice. And one of the guys who was a guest, he kind of slipped it in and I didn't catch it until later on, which is cool. I don't trip. But I hope you watching so I can say this.
Hold on, Sops. Hold on, Tiff.
First of all,
You bringing up old stuff?
I'm bringing up all the old stuff because I feel like it.
Okay.
All right. So
Yes,
first
ma'am.
of all,
Yes, ma'am.
let me just say this. First of all, being married twice, having
Somebody
kids.
brought something up about you?
He said I wasn't shit because I've been married twice.
Who said?
I don't know who
that
he
show
was.
that you called in?
Yeah, bro.
Hold on.
Bro.
So I'm gonna call him. Will said that.
No. I don't know. Who's Will? I don't know. Will didn't say nothing like that. I don't know who
You didn't call into the show.
I don't know who. No, not on the one that you was on.
Oh.
I don't know who you are, but let me tell you this. You better pray to Jesus.
What show was
God,
this, Mark?
Allah, and whoever else that you can find a woman is dope.
I need to
as
know
me.
what show was this.
Sir.
Am I lined up right here with the camera, Mark? I'm perfectly lined up. Okay. What show was this?
I don't remember, but it don't make no difference. He tried.
He slipped it?
He tried. But let me tell you.
You hung up and he said that then, huh?
No, I think I might have still been on the phone, but it was so
All
many
right, Dave,
people
get
in
back
the
on your
room.
normal mic, cause you get back on your normal mic.
I need to go right here?
Yeah.
Okay,
It was so many people in the studio that it was hard for me to hear
that's why
when he said it.
That's why I ain't call in.
No. You know what? And I watch a lot of
What
the
day
other
was this,
shows.
Tim?
But I don't remember what day it was. Whoever he was, bro, pray to God that you get one like me. Okay? If you watching, get on your knees now and ask the Lord to help you get one like
So
me.
let me ask you this, Tiff. I called in
No, that was
Thursday, but you called in before that. It was like
maybe
Tuesday.
it was like Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
But I watched the other shows, and just for the record, I enjoy watching the other shows.
Me too.
So I do. I watch most of them anytime my phone pings because I want them to do for us what I'm willing to do for them.
Right.
But yeah, that whole thing where we be disrespectful, bro, I don't do it.
Wow.
And prayerfully.
See, this is why I when I call in, I know the shows. Like that particular show that I called in.
Now I'm gonna call in and I'm gonna say what I want to say because that's just me.
You don't know the name of the show,
I
though,
can't
Tim?
remember.
I believe the show that she called in on was The Good Girls Uncensored.
Yes, that was it.
See?
And the people who are on the show, okay,
Right.
the show is called
Were-
The Good Girl.
Yeah,
Right,
they
right.
were dope as
So
hell.
there were guests on the show. They
Break it
weren't
down, Mark.
panelists.
Break it
They
down.
weren't
Break it down.
co-hosts
Break it
on the
down.
show.
Yep.
Those are some dudes that they brought to chime in on their Good Girl show. And when Tiff called in and she expounded on her being married 2-3 times or whatever.
First of all, it's only been twice.
oh, okay.
He
well,
had that
however
smoke
many.
for you, huh, Tim?
He tried, and if I would have heard him, I probably would have went in a little bit deeper and would have requested that everybody else shut the hell up so I can say exactly what I needed to say because I'm about that action.
See, first of all, Tiff asked about. See, Tiff went back. See, majority of the time, I never go back. I just keep it moving.
I'm going
Tiff
back.
went back with the 20 questions from last time
And
we
I
talked about
said
it.
that any man who wants to ask me a question, ask me yourself.
Then she went off and said, my man said something about Tiff
I
being
ain't
married.
shit.
So Tiff
And
went
guess
back.
What? Pray to God you get one
Tiff,
like me.
see.
Tiff went back and watched the show.
Thank you. So at the end of the day, see, and this is where women hold on to certain stuff.
Nah,
Men move on.
nah.
Tiff, let that go.
Nah, you don't get to. I'm not taking no
okay,
L's.
okay.
Everybody can kiss my whatever,
Okay,
but I
okay.
don't take L's like that.
Okay,
So
okay.
I'm gonna say what I want to say.
The
Now,
phone- it-
now we can move
Are
on.
the phone lines open?
We can open the phone. lines,
Okay,
I guess.
phone lines is open. Tiff, that the segment I seen, Mark, did you get that video I sent you?
Yes.
Did you you ain't gotta post it, but did you see what the young lady was talking about?
Yes.
And so what she was saying was
You want me to play it?
play it so Tiff can go in and
Okay,
it's gonna
phone
be-
line is off. Do not call because I'm about to cut the phone line back off. All right, don't call.
I'm not taking no L's. Ty.
Ty say take that L.
No.
That I have nothing to offer a man. Nothing. And I feel like it took, number one, it took me 32 years to realize it because I just found that out today. So I was today years old when I realized it. And then it took me a lot of pride swallowing to be able to admit it. I'm going to tell you why I feel the way I feel. This is not based off anyone else. This is only based off myself. But I just wanted to share it just in case it may help somebody else. I feel like I don't have anything to offer to a man because a man asked me what I had to offer him. And it was the way he asked that made me realize that I don't. He simply stated, I realize that you're single, but tell me what would I benefit from having you as my woman? Now, outside of the basics like, oh, I look nice, I can cook, I work, I didn't have nothing else to offer. And the reason I realized that I didn't is because I got to thinking about myself. And all I've been doing for so many years is just working and taking care of kids. I don't know necessarily what I'm into. So there goes hobbies. I'm not necessarily sure my feminine level of energy because majority of my relationships, I wore the pants. So how can you, as a woman, offer to be a woman to a man if you've never fully been a woman? That
So, I seen this video. Me and Tiff was talking about how I seen this video maybe like 5 times. Never clicked on it because I'm looking like, what is this? What is this? What is this? And I never clicked on it. Today I clicked on it and I was like, wow. But then the guy that was in the video that was like, I guess he was like, sisters need to look at this. I'm looking like, first of all, that's just her insight. That ain't all of the women.
And she said that. And she said this was about her specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say this personally. Personally, I think that it is always advisable to take self-inventory with yourself. That's number one. Am I going to say that as a woman I have nothing to offer a man? No. I'm sorry that you are hurt and damaged. And that's fine that you acknowledge it. And now it's time for you to take care of it and fix it. As a woman, I'm never going to say, and I understood where she was coming from on a whole lot of different points. Mm-hmm. So she said if a man comes over and he eats her food, she lightweight kind of pissed off about it because he's not bringing any groceries or whatever the hell she was talking about. Boo, listen. And I know she ain't watching, but I'm just going to say this real quick. I like the fact that sis was able to acknowledge her shortcomings as a woman. I asked the question, and the reason why I asked the question, so y'all heard where she was talking about feminine energy. And I asked the question of, first, Mr. Detroit. And I'm talking about the feminine energy in me, the energy that I give off.
Right.
Because I feel like it is important to self-reflect. And I think sometimes in self-reflecting, sometimes I think you need to be able to get outside information that is actionable to be able to fix what is wrong with you. Mm-hmm. So I'm not asking you to justify my behavior. I'm not asking you to make it make sense to me. I'm not asking you none of that. I'm asking you, when you look at me realistically, when you see how I move, when you see my behaviors, what do you see? Right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I asked this question of another one of my guy friends. I asked the question of a couple of my guy friends, some that I dealt with in the past, and then some that I haven't. But what I really wanted to know is, what do you see when you look at me? what kind of a vibe do I give off? And this is a moment of self-reflection so that I can better me.
Right.
So it don't have nothing to do with what you really think about me, because at the end of the day, I don't care. Some people's opinion I do value. However, whatever. So anyway, so I felt like, as far as the video was concerned, I think that it was very insightful, first of all, for her to think of the things, her shortcomings, as far as being a woman and what she may have to offer a man. That same man, I would have had to ask him the same question. So you get these questions all the time. Men are asking women, what do you bring to the table? Women are asking men, what can you do for me? You know what I'm saying? So we see these questions posed all the time. And the first thing that came to my mind was, you know, men will ask a woman what she brings to the table, and he ain't even got a fucking table. Okay? So you don't have a table for me to put none of the shit that I got on, but you want to know what I bring to the table. So that's a problem. Now, I'm not talking about brothers who don't ask these idiotic questions. And I'm not even saying that the questions are necessarily stupid, but in retrospect, yes, the questions are kind of stupid. So if you decide that you want to date a woman, you need to be looking for her qualities as far as she's concerned. I don't know where she came off with any of this information. I don't have anything to offer a man other than sex. That's some sad shit. And you need to do some self-reflecting and some reevaluation as to what you are as a woman. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt about that. But I did. I asked the question. I asked some of my guy friends, what is it that you see when you see me? Because sometimes I don't feel like I embody a whole lot of feminine energy, which is how I feel when I pay attention to me. Sometimes I feel like I'm too hard.
Yeah, I mean, majority of the time, Tiff, and we talked about this.
We did.
I said that Tiff got great energy. The vibration is good. And we talked about this in conversation. I was like, you know, kind of like step outside the, you know, you got to get out
of my shell and all that good stuff.
Right.
Yes.
Because majority of the time, what Tiff is built up as is like raising and being the mama, and sometimes portraying and being the dad. So you being the mom and the dad, it's kind of hard because you wearing the dress and you putting the pants on at the same time. You got to be hard, then you got to be feminine. And so it's kind of like you don't know which lane to be in because
you switching.
Right. And you being that great person. So it's kind of like, okay, I got to be hard on my boy to make my boy to be that man. Then I got to come over here and love my daughter as a woman and everything. And be honest, if that shit, it gets confusing and it gets hard and it shouldn't be like, y'all shouldn't be playing them type of roles. Tiff role is to be that great mama, look good, smile, and give off the good energy. And you got so many women that are taking the role and playing two roles at the same time, and it's kind of hard. So then when you see, or when that man see you, men, and we talk about men, great men see as Tiff trying to play two roles. That energy we pick up be like, okay, nope. And sometimes you may come off like, I'm playing the point guard and I'm playing the shooting guard. And so he looking like, baby, come on now. He not gonna say nothing. He just gonna keep it moving because he's seen that type of role before. And it's kind of like little boys will run up on you and be like, damn, I want Tiff. And they know what they want. All they want is what Tiff can give them. They want
what they want, right, which is fine. But this is the reason why I asked, people who have a little bit of insight into my personality. And then one of them in particular, I first of all, everybody that I asked, I value their opinion. So I want to say that first and foremost. And if I didn't ask you, it doesn't mean that I don't value your opinion. But one of them in particular, so one of the things that he told me, I asked him, I said, I have a question for you. I said, what kind of energy do I give off? I said, be brutally honest. And the first thing that he said was strong, not bothered, attitude, and that I'm aggressive. And I told him, I was like, that's effed up. And he was like, why? And I was like, you know, none of those things are really what you would consider to be feminine energy. You know what I'm saying? And the first thing that he told me, I said, it's kind of sad. I said, all of that's very masculine energy.
Right.
And the first thing that he told me, he said, you're a strong woman. That has to be because of the space that you have to operate in. That not bothered attitude is all feminine energy. And so is your kind of aggression. You are a woman that comes across womanly. Don't get it twisted. And I'm sitting up there and I'm like, okay, so maybe I be tripping. I called my homeboy, and he was kind of on the same thing. He was just like, you know, no, you're a really kind person, this, that, and the third. You know, I never got any of that off of you. And then I asked my other friend, I asked him, and he was kind of on the same road. So what he told me was, he told me that you've always gave off good energy. You're kind, caring, you have a good heart, and you're intentional.
So you done heard great energy, great person, all of the attributes 3 times.
Yeah.
So
And I
Tiff,
was called nurturing,
So-
which is something that I wouldn't consider myself to be.
right. So Tiff, all of them attributes, and this is where I think black men and black women, how do you let somebody into your life willingly and just be like, okay, without putting up all those? Because if you got all them attributes, how do you let somebody into your life and you be like, you know what, I'm gonna love you for what's going on? Because once you let somebody into your life, Tiff, you probably, once you let them in, you probably instantly start like, okay, I'm gonna check this box, I'm gonna check that box.
You definitely check boxes when you allow somebody into your life, and I think it's a good thing to do.
Is it?
When you're dealing with, I'm about to say, when you're dealing with a woman that has all of the characteristics that someone just described in Tiff, as far as being like how she said it is you know, makes her feel like these are masculine characteristics. You know, they're too strong and whatnot. Like, as the man, right, you have to realize that the majority of the women are that's why I can identify with the dude that said, no, all of those are actually feminine traits. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a guy that realizes that a woman it has become that way because of erosion,
Right.
Yeah.
if you will, right? You have been eroded into being this shape that you have become, right? So you have to understand that, and within understanding that, you have to know that, you know, not to rub her in the same way that created her into this shape that you don't want, or that is undesirable, I guess, if you would say it like that. You know what I mean? But the first thing is understanding that she is a woman, but this is a woman. This is what happened when a woman is rubbed a certain way for so long that she turns into this. You know what I mean? So you have to understand that. You know what I mean? This is a product of erosion that we see. You know what I mean? No different than how a canyon is made. That river running over that rock for so long that it burrows a cave in it, a crevice in it.
That's a fact.
Can you make it better though?
I mean, that's the reason
If
why.
you fill it up, okay? If
Are
you
you talking
fill
about
it
as a
up,
man? Can a man make it better?
how can you fill it
I
up? If
think-
you can make her full again, if
Right.
you can feel that crack,
I think that
That's how
man
you do
can,
it.
but you have to find.
He has to be the,
the first,
right
yeah,
kind of
but
man.
he has to understand that first. He can't look at her and if he sees that as a characteristic of if he sees it as anything other than what I just described,
It's gonna be a problem, yeah.
Because it's because anything other than that is him seeing a problem with her, not seeing that is the result of the problems that she went through. You know what I'm saying? And how to cater to that in a sense. You know what I mean? They ain't the only ones that got to be catering and nurturing. This is the part where we come in and have to be nurturing and loving and caring and catering and shit. But again, like she said, take a certain kind of dude to even conceptualize that shit.
And I think they out there. You just once again you have to
See that deep breath she just took is because that was a sigh of relief, because some dude it was a confirmation to her that some dudes actually understand that shit. Now, am I wrong or right, Tiff? We got a phone line.
First caller, how
Who
you
is this
doing?
and where you calling from? Turn that computer down in the background so we can hear you and not ourselves.
Oh damn! I was watching.
All right, you got a 2 minute. You got 2 minutes on the phone line from now on. Now we got 2 minutes.
Oh, okay,
so
right.
Let's get to
I
it.
got a 2-minute limit, but okay, bet.
No,
So,
everybody does. Come
countdown.
on.
You need a timer on the
Come on
screen.
with your comment. Come on with it.
All right, no. I was gonna say, Tiff. Hey,
Hey, Miranda,
How
how
are
are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
All right, baby.
I was I'm very proud that you was able to handle yourself on that call. I don't want to, bring up old shit, but I tend to bring receipts too.
I do too.
So anyway, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he did. I almost jumped through the phone. I was like, I know he do not. He must don't know.
He did.
He
but
he can't know. But yeah,
it's
they were
all
guests.
good. It's all good. I ain't tripping
Okay,
about
but
it.
you handled that. And then as far as that video, real quick, it's got me like speechless. I mean, I'm sorry, she ain't know nothing more than just her whatever that she was saying. But I respect it. I agree with you too. I respect whatever she going through, and I get it. See, I knew it. I gotta go.
All
My
right.
All right,
son's
Miranda.
All right, talk to y'all. Love y'all.
Love you
Love
too,
you too.
baby.
All right. I think what the young lady was doing, from what I've seen, I didn't look at it like she was degrading herself. I think what she was doing was self-evaluating, and it was just for her.
It was.
And if you you felt that way, you did. If you didn't, then it's cool.
It kind of made me feel sad for her, because here's the thing for me. So regardless to what energy I feel like I bring to the table, I always see the value in me as a woman. First, I see the value in me. I see what I bring to the table, and I put it down there as gracefully as is humanly possible for me. But it kind of hurt me that she didn't see her value the way that it came across is that she didn't see.
You don't think she saw her value?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I because she said she doesn't have anything. It wasn't that she said she had a minimal amount to offer.
And then
she said anything. She does
what
not
I think
have anything.
What I think it was is that guy made her feel like that she had nothing for him.
And she might not.
To the point, right.
That's
right?
what it is.
So she took that and spread it across her whole slice of bread like peanut butter. Like,
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying?
She took
Like
what
she
he
took what he said and applied it
she-
to herself as
Right.
as default.
Yes.
That's what and it's like if I don't have like again, we just came to the determination that she may not be the one for him, may not have anything
let
for
me
him.
ask you-
So she took that and ran with it and magnified it into her not being anything for anybody. So she doesn't believe she's a good friend.
Right.
She doesn't believe she's a good listener or unlike anything. And I'm not even trying to give her characteristics or attributes that she don't have.
But no, but
it's like she said it. She said it.
anything. She
So that
said
makes she
anything.
So let
she
me
had
ask you-
nothing for any man on
Yes.
this planet.
So if he had said something that was good about her, you think if he had said something to build her up, you think he could have made her thought
He could have
process
deterred her from coming to that conclusion about herself.
Right. So
And okay,
we gotta watch.
Unless she feels like that, unless she was already down that road already.
Right.
And the thing about it is, I agree that it was a self-assessment, and I don't think it's anything wrong with taking a long, hard look at who you are as a person and making determinations as to how you will live as a person and what things you need to change and what things you can keep the same and what things you just basically need to improve upon. That's a beautiful thing.
you see what Marty put?
But yeah, but my thing is, as a whole, anytime I say nothing, and nothing is a whole lot of shit. So you and I agree with you wholeheartedly, Mark. You are saying that you had nothing to offer any man. You crazy as hell, sis.
And I think sometimes men, I'm just talking about black men, if being honest sometimes will hurt Tiff, or being honest sometimes will hurt any black woman, sometimes I'm not going to say shit. That's just, once again, that's just me. If I know that if my words will make you feel like that, even if you not at the point where you need to be at, my job is never to tell you something like that to make you feel that bad.
The thing about it is, I want honest.
But Tiff,
So
But
when
see,
I- when I
and then here's
ask
the
for
thing.
brutal
That's what I was going to
honesty-
say, right? What you have to understand is that everybody's truth is different. I'm a different man than who the man is that may be for you. So
Do
my
I-
truth about you
Right.
maybe it completely that's not this man's truth about you. So what I see in you and what I see is true in you for me
Right.
is completely different than what this man's truth
Right.
for you is. You
And-
see what I'm
and
saying?
that is
But
a
that
fact.
guy had to have a relationship with that woman. You wouldn't you say that guy had a good relationship, or they had some kind of
They may have had a romantic
Romantic
relationship,
relationship.
which is fine. And see, okay, so I'm gonna tell you a story, and this is just how I feel. So I know I was in a conversation with my ex-husband. This is my second husband, and he kept on saying, "Oh, well, you might wanna go to the gym. You might wanna do this." And I felt like, "Oh, okay, well, he just trying to help me live longer." You know what I'm saying? Oh, he just want me to be better. Blah blah blah, this, that, and the third, and that's fine. I'm cool with it. I heard a conversation between him and his homeboy by mistake one night. And what he said was, and this was his truth, and it's his truth because we ain't together no more. He said to his friend, he was like, "You don't think that sometimes I think I can do better than Tiffany?"
and you heard that.
I heard it.
So
Now, being me comes with a whole hell of a lot of advantages, and I'm gonna tell you what the advantage is. The advantage is that shit didn't break me down. It hurt my feelings a little bit. It didn't break me down because here was my thing. Bitch, go find her. Pack your shit and go find what is your personal best. Now, let me say this. We divorced not too long after. He got up one morning. He decided he wanted to leave. He went. He found another woman, and that's where he decided he wanted to be. Right? When I told him that I'm ready to do the divorce, he asked me if he can come back home. Right? So this same woman who you belittled in front of your friend and told him you can do better, now you want her back. Right?
yeah,
This same woman, every time you see her at this point, you making faces and googly eyes and all that shit. The same woman. Ain't shit about me different. I'm not skinnier. I'm not taller. My mouth is still reckless. I'm still with all the shits. I'm the same chick. So see, my thing is, I understand where Mark is coming from, period. Like, at the end of the day, he wasn't for her. And he might not have been for her in that moment. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. But at the end of the day, sis, you got to look at yourself, and you have to take that inventory, and that's fine. But at the same time, you have to know exactly what your value is and what your worth is. Because if a man tells me that I ain't shit and I have nothing to offer, I need you to get your shit, pack your bags, or I'll pack mine, whichever way it goes, but you need to leave.
And what Marty just said, right, is my whole thing about, and I hate to bring this guy up, Kevin Samuels.
Boo! Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Right, it's a way to say things without destroying
It
people.
is.
If
I
you,
was about
if
to
you
say the
have,
same
if
thing.
you have time, like,
right,
and
Mark.
the thing about it is, like, and that's the reason why I said I've said some of the things that he said, not maybe
What,
not
Kevin
nowhere near in the
Sanders?
same way, nowhere near in the same way.
Kevin Sanders?
Right? Yeah, Samuels. There's women that I've seen to say the same thing that he said, nowhere near in the same way.
Kevin Sanders
and it's
kept-
and it's
kept
ba-
it
and it's
down.
and it's able to be received better. You see what I'm saying?
I think
So it is about it is truly how you say it, not what you
Right,
say.
right.
It is.
'Cause
And then
most
it
brothers
depends
don't know
on
how
where
to-
you coming from.
yeah.
So if I'm coming from a place of love and adoration and respect, and I'm really trying to edify the person that I'm with, whatever it is that I say, it may sting, but it won't hurt. You know what I'm saying? So you'll feel that. You'll feel the sting because you and now this person wants you to be something different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you feel like they might want somebody different, or they might need you to be in a different space, or you don't have the things that this person needs or wants you to have, or you don't have it to offer, whichever way you want to look at it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if they come to you with a certain amount of love when they say it, and they are tender when they say it, and they put that love in what they have to say, then I just feel like it comes off better.
It all depends on the environment too that it's being said in. You know what I mean? Because I've been on the ass end of that situation where y'all know I'm a shit talker, right? And I've cracked a joke about somebody. They took it offensively when I was really just being joking. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's because you had a certain impression. You wasn't as much of my friend as I was of yours, and that's kind of how I take that. Is like, why are you getting emotional?
Because I was gonna beat you up one day. When? I mean, I'm just hold on. Just don't ask me when.
You finna bring something back up?
I said something about her hair. What I do? We got a caller. Say it. What's going on, caller? Who's this? Where you calling from? 2 minutes on the phone line.
This is me again.
Oh my God.
How y'all doing?
Hey, baby.
Okay. Hey. So look, I just forgot what I was about to say, but I did. Oh no, I didn't. I remember now. So anyway, just wanted to see y'all smile.
Absolutely.
All, you know y'all kung fuing, right?
Okay, well, you could have said that in the comments. Man.
I hope
All right,
so.
Thanks.
Okay, because I logged in late. The kids had a thing at the school. You had to do a drive-by little Santa Claus thing. I call him the man in the red suit.
Gotcha.
Big
Okay,
facts.
2 minutes. Here we go. So anyway, what I was going to ask is, instead of posting it, is if you could possibly do like a recommendation type call in on counselors that's reputable and can help people for different type of addictions or like, mental health type things. Do like a show, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mental health. And you know what? So I'm going to tell you,
if you got the links, just do a show for that, though. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, and I got you. And I think mental health is of the utmost importance, especially when somebody is asking for it. And then in the Black community, it is all that much more important because, again, we are suffering from trauma on top of trauma on top of trauma. And sometimes we just need somebody to listen objectively. I'm a horrible objective listener because I am trying to comment. So I know I am. Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, you Gucci.
Thank you. And
I look at mental health as like, take your ass to the
Hey,
gym.
I gotta go though. I'm gonna go ahead and get off.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it like
all right,
this.
all
Then
right,
click.
all right, Marie.
Like, no, I'm
All right,
gonna say
baby.
battle. All right, yeah.
McFly like to talk about that a lot. And I know we about to go. I look at mental health as like, and I think me and Tim was talking about this. Look, man, if the shit bothering you, you got to find an avenue and go handle it.
you
Because
gotta get it off.
you definitely got to get it off. And if it's still on you and you constantly keep talking about it, you're not able to get it off. So whatever avenue, I take my mental health in the gym. I take my mental health as like fasting. So them the two things that I do. I don't know what nobody else do, but mental health is only as big as you think it is. Especially in the Black community. A lot of Black folks, they don't know how to get their shit off. If you handling what you're supposed to, the shit will go away because majority of mental health is mental, right?
Well, hold on, wait 1 second. So I just want to put this out there right quick because no.
What is it, Tip?
When you are dealing with certain things, and I know we need to wrap it up, but when you're dealing with certain things extend that run it off mentality. People with schizophrenia can't run it off. People who have bipolar cannot run it off. They might be able to get some of the anxiety or some of the depression, but when you get to a certain point in any mental illness, what you need is a third party. So it's you, your mental illness, and your damn therapist. So those are what you need.
So after you get finished talking and talking and talking and more talking.
Do you know how much help talking has been for me as a person who suffers from generalized anxiety?
And we talked about this too.
We have.
I mean, when I look at, I guess, let some shit bother me, I go into a fast.
And you dealing with it a little different. And see, the thing about it is, and this is
everything doesn't work the same for everybody, Dave. So I mean, that might be your solution for
Well,
just
then
like
you
how we
gon-
just talk about the woman.
You just
and
gonna
that
keep,
might not been the man for her. That might not been the
all
solution.
I know is if you don't deal with it,
you have to deal with it. Those
you
are
definitely
facts.
have to deal with it.
It's gonna keep coming up, and you're gonna keep talking about it. It's gonna keep coming up, and you're gonna keep talking about. So when McFly talk about mental illness, the first thing pop in my mind is like, bro, how's you getting this off? What are you doing to get this off before after a while, you talk about my boy Abdul talk about the same thing.
No,
and
but
if you talking about the same thing,
I'll say this: so you have people who are divergent as far as their neurological system is concerned. So that's one thing. So neurodivergence is one thing. Then you also have people who have physical issues that cause mental issues. So like me explaining to somebody how anxiety can either be head down or stomach up. So sometimes some of the things that are going on inside of your body, which can be remedied inside of your body to deal with. But sometimes that shit is from head down, and when it's head down, you definitely need to seek outside assistance.
and they gonna talk you to sleep.
No, it's not. See, you think therapy is just about sitting there and talking, but no, it's about teaching coping mechanisms.
Sometimes it's about a third party, an unbiased third party, helping you to come up with the solutions, because you being in the situation, you cannot think. It's just like how when they say if you're a police officer and something happens, some kind of crime happens to somebody in your family, you can't put you on the case. You're not mentally sound.
I'm not. All I know is
You know what I'm saying?
the shit bother me, or I'm depressed, or
So you need a third party. You need somebody else to help sometime. Maybe you don't, Dave. Maybe you don't, and that's
But
what
see,
works for you. But you can't apply your solution to
I'm
everybody,
just-
somebody else.
If you ain't
But-
never tried it,
No, but see, the thing about it is it depends on the weight that you're carrying too. So if I'm carrying day-to-day stress, yes, running will probably help. Running will probably be the trick. Fasting might do exactly what I need it to do. But if I'm carrying the weight of a neurological issue, fasting may not help me.
all right, it's gonna be an issue.
It's going to be an issue.
Got you. And we appreciate y'all tuning in. Miranda calling in 3 times.
She called in twice. You leave my boo alone.
right,
I love you, Miranda. I got you, boo.
The man in the red suit, we appreciate y'all. Tiff, I love you.
Love you too,
Mark, I
bro.
love you.
Love you too, Mark.
T and Terrence, I love y'all. The Detroit King, man. Detroit stand up. We'll see y'all next week.
Warning. You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7